welcome to our third Enscribe community call. Um, we have Nishal, who is also a developer working with Enscribe, with me here on the community call. Hey, Nishal.
Hey, hi everyone.
Um, so, without further ado, we'll share the screen and start. Okay, so welcome again to our third community call. In this community call, we'll discuss what the new Enscribe app is, what it looks like, how is it different from what we now call as the classic app or classic Enscribe app. We'll tell you the reason, the rationale behind why we've created this app. Um, so we'll be, demonstrating a lot of features for the new app. We'll also then, talk briefly about the contract naming season getting wrapped up. We'll show you, how many tokens have been disbursed so far. And yeah, we'll then take some questions and answers in the end. So Inscribe is now an identity infrastructure application for on-chain teams. What the classic Inscribe used to do, and I, just briefly talk about it before passing on the mic to Nishan. But the classic app was, meant towards probably individuals. It suited more individual developers, users, etc., for naming their contracts and managing metadata, etc. But this new Inscribe app is targeted towards teams and organizations where they would want to invite or add teams, users, developers, organize them as an organization, and then onboard the namespaces that they manage or own, and then manage names and metadata for those names and so on under those namespaces. So Nishal, would you like to talk a little bit more about the Inscribe app and how it compares with this identity infrastructure for on-chain teams that we have built?
Yeah, so let me share my screen also a bit. Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so currently if you go to inscribe.xyz, right? So you will see two options. That is
Mm-hmm.
classic app and the launch app. So if
Okay.
you click on classic app, this is the classic Inscribe where you can explore contracts and you
Yeah.
can so if I say shell.e, so you can check, okay, what is the address, what are the details, and
Yeah.
if you want to check other things, you can go check here, and then you can name your contract if it's a single contract, or if you want to do a batch naming of your contracts. So this
Mm-hmm.
is basically for exploration and for contract name. But with our new app, so if you see the dashboard, right? Here it
Mm-hmm.
is focused for the teams which want to manage not just their contract, but their wallets, their
Mm-hmm.
organization, their agents, and everything. So for
Okay.
this, it's not just about contracts, but yeah, for the whole organization and how to manage their team. Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
I'll just stop sharing.
Right. So what I will now do is give you guys a an overview of how the new Teams app looks like. So hopefully you are able to see my screen,
Yeah, it's
Michelle?
just the
Okay,
yeah.
great. So when you go to dashboard.inscribe.xyz for the first time, you land on the sign-in page, and we have a couple of options for you to log in. So if you have an existing Google account, you can do that. If you have an email address that you want to sign up with, you can put that, and you can sign up. You can also use your wallets in order to sign up. And Nishal will talk a bit more about how that works, how users can use wallets instead of using their email addresses later onwards. But what we for the demo purposes will do is log in with Google. So what I'm doing is use my Google email ID here. So continue to that. Yeah. And this is how the new Enscribe app for teams or organizations looks like. As soon as I log into the app, what I see is the organization that I'm part of. And what I can do from here, so if you, on the top right-hand corner, if you click on this box, I can see, list of my organizations. So if I can switch to this different organization, I can see what namespaces I've added. So we'll obviously look at what namespaces are, how to create them, etc. But first, let's start with creating an organization. So I clicked on the Create Organization button there, and in the name field, what I'll do is I simply type my org because I've already created two organizations. So this is the third one. So click on Create, and we'll give Enscribe some time to show us this namespace onboarding workflow, right? That has not many, but just 4 to 5 steps really. The first stage in this workflow is to pick either the mainnet or the testnet. Right now, we do not have support for mainnet. It will be added soon. So for now, let's go with testnet. I'll connect my wallet here because it needs to fetch all my ENS names. And namespaces are really nothing but your top level domains, or in other words, 2LDs. So what we'll do is we'll just select this one over here and then click on next. The second step will ask us who will manage the ENS name. Now there are 3 options. Out of them, we have the Enscribe Smart Sessions that again will be coming soon. But for now, we have the Enscribe as a manager mode and Safe Multisig. With Enscribe, what we do is we have our own wallet that will sponsor your transaction. So we will manage your top level domain, which is recommended option right now. But you can also have a multi-sig option. So if you have a safe multi-sig wallet that has a couple of different wallets, and you need multiple signatures to sign a transaction, you can also do that. But let me go with the recommended option, which is Enscribe. Click on next. The third step really asks us to do a manager transfer. Because I've chosen Enscribe, what we need to do here is transfer, let's say, manager access to Enscribe. Because my name was already transferred, it shows that the transfer is complete already. You can see that it's already assigned to the target. So we click on next. In the last step, what we can do is we can invite team members. So if this is my organization, if I want to add Nishal, I can type Nishal's email address and invite him. And when you finally click on create namespace, the namespace will now get added to this organization that we just created. If you click on the contracts and wallets option, you can see that this is my address. That's the namespace it's shown under. And I can go now to the name management option from the sidebar, from where I can create subnames, I can manage metadata, and I can also modify them. So let's try to first create a subname under this tool. For this, if I click on the plus button, I'll see a field popped up under it, and I can then say it's a sub1 and click on this tick mark here. Once you do that, the change is staged. So if you are familiar with how Git works, when you're doing local development, you modify files, you add it, right? So that means your file is staged, then you commit it, and then you push to the remote repository if you have one. Similarly, if we have a name, right now it gets staged. If I now select it, right, I can see or manage all these different metadata fields. So for example, let's try to add a text record for our subname. Now remember, at this stage, this name is still staged. It's not created, right? So even before you create it, you can add metadata for it. So let's say I add the name text record for it. So let's say I say my cool subname, and I need to click on stage changes. Underneath, I can see what all changes I've staged. So I see that there's a subname creation, and then I have a metadata text record that's added, right, which is my cool subname. Now, what we'll do is we'll execute this name creation and the metadata text record creation in the form of transaction. But first, let's click on review changes. Again, we see the sort of same Git-like view. We have one subname creation and then one text record. And so what I'll do now is click on confirm and execute. Soon as I do that, okay, so there's an error shown. Let me actually switch to a different organization. I think there could be some resolver related problem there. So nevertheless, we'll switch to a different organization, and then I can do the same thing. So we'll say this subname, and then click on this. So name. Changes. And then review, confirm and execute. Yeah. So we see that our changes have been submitted to the chain, and in a short while, this will complete. So in this view, what we see is really operations that are pending, that are completed, and that are failed. So we can see that the name that we had created, sub1, that's been confirmed. We also see a transaction hash here. So if I click on this, it will take me to the Sepolia Etherscan page, show the logs and the usual view. Similarly for the metadata that we also created. So this is the activity page that you see where you see the statuses of all your submitted operations. If you as an administrator now want to make some changes to your namespace, so for example, you want to see right now what the two LDs, right? What the second level domain is, what network you're connected to right now, what the chain is. Uh, you can also take a look at, which manager mode is being assigned right now. So you can see that it's Enscribe, and then the address of the Enscribe manager. Um, we also have API keys. Nishal will obviously talk in depth about what API keys are and how you can use to basically get programmatic access to creating orgs and namespaces, etc. Um, so these are namespace settings, and then here we have the org management, where you can see who the current members of this organization are. So that's just me added 2 times with different email IDs, and then the details of the organization, such as the unique ID and the name. And then from this page, you can also navigate to the legacy tool that which we also call as the Enscribe Classic app, using which you can name your contract, set a primary name to it. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole Inscribe identity infrastructure for on-chain team app looks like. Um, and yeah, Nishal, do you want to probably talk in depth about what all different sign-in options we have? So I've already logged into that with my email ID. But do you want to show like additional options? Probably also talk about what these different manager modes are and details.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Uh, Let me know if it's visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I will just launch my Scribe app.
Yeah.
So here, you have like two options. First, as we mentioned, like we have email address login, and then you have also sign in with Ethereum, where you can sign in with your MetaMask wallet, your
Mhm.
Coinbase wallet, or even Base wallet. So here I have my MetaMask, so I will just sign in with MetaMask.
Do we have additional wallet support in the pipeline, or it's just these two?
So we are using Clerk and behind the scenes. So Clerk provides support for these MetaMask, Coinbase,
I
and
see.
Base. So currently
Okay,
we are supporting these three.
got you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So as you can see, I already have a organization created that is sign in with Ethereum Nick. And
Mhm.
here, so first, as Abhi mentioned, right? Organization is your whole organization where you can, add your team members and you can set like settings for org. And each org, we can have different namespaces. So right now I have like 0 namespaces. So I need to, so first when you visit an org and you have like 0 namespace, you need to add a namespace. So what is a namespace? Namespace is basically a 2LD or ENS name. So right now, since I have connected my wallet, I'm signed in using my wallet. I don't have option email-based features like inviting my team members via email and those stuff. But yeah, I can do whatever a wallet like with wallet I can do. So everything just except the email-based features. So the if you remember during the onboarding of namespace in Abhi's process, right? There were five.
Yeah,
So fifth one was adding a basically inviting your members or team
correct.
members. But
Yeah.
here we have only four. So I'll just do next testnet. And then these are the two LDs attached to my owned by me. So what I can do is yeah. Let's say I have one 2LD on your data.eth and I will select
Mhm.
this and I will say
Okay.
continue. Okay. So now if you see here, the manager mode, right? We have like four different options. So Abhi already mentioned about three, that is Inscribe, Safe, Multisig, and Smart Session. But when you
Yeah.
are connecting with a wallet, we give you an option to self manage your account. So what happens is self manage. Whenever you do a transaction, you sign the transaction on your own. So here
Yeah.
you are managing the creation of subnames, adding of metadata and everything, and you are signing each transaction.
Okay. So
And
every time I want to add a subname or I want to set a metadata record, I'll get the usual MetaMask pop-up on my app,
yeah,
and which I have to, click on approve or execute.
yeah, and you need to
All
sign
right.
all those transactions.
Got
And
you.
when compared with Inscribe and Safe,
Yeah.
so when you do Inscribe, uh, the transactions are gasless because
Yeah.
Inscribe becomes the manager of your 2LD. And
Hmm.
just a note that we become manager and not the owner. So the 2LD owner is you, and we don't take the ownership, we just take the managership. So we can't transfer your names or do anything, like fishy. We can just create a subname and add metadata records. So this is very like important, that we don't take the ownership of your 2LD name. So when we
Thank you.
choose Inscribe, basically all this stuff is managed by Inscribe, and it's all gasless, and you don't need to sign in transaction. You can do as many changes as you want and just click on execute. And if you see
Okay.
another option, that is Safe Multisig. So this is for the organization who have, like, safe, and they want to they have 2LD names in their safe, and they want more security, right? So what happens
Yeah.
in safe is we become a proposer. Inscribe safe account becomes a proposer, and we propose a transaction, and then all the signers, all the proposed signers can basically
Hmm.
sign the transaction. So right now, first I will show how the self-managed works. So let me just click on self-manage
Yeah.
and create namespace.
And
Okay,
again, yeah,
so now,
thanks, Michelle, for like bringing up that distinction between ownership and manager access of 2LD, and why it is very important for us to not take ownership, but simply take the managerial rights for the
yeah,
2LD that we are going to manage, because yeah, we really don't want to give an impression to the user where they feel that, oh no, now what happens to my 2LD? I've just transferred my ownership. Is it gone? You know, will Inscribe do something evil with my 2LD? Right?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Okay. So when you create your namespace, you see this
Mm.
dashboard where you can see all the contacts and wallets
Yeah.
um, attached to this organization. Then you
Mhm.
can see how many names, how many contact of wallets are named, and
Mm.
which are the pending operations. And then, as Abhi already mentioned, we have contacts and wallets where we can, add a new wallet address or contact address.
Yeah.
So let me see if I have one, and I can show you that. Uh, yeah. So I have contact address. So if I paste it, so you can
Yeah.
see it automatically detected it's a contract. And if I say add contract, and it automatically added that contract. And right now, there is no name for this contract under my own your data namespace, right? So it is showing unnamed.
One question, Nishal. Will
Yeah,
will contract addition also work for proxy contracts or implementation contracts?
yeah, yeah.
So,
It will.
so basically, we support all different kinds of contracts.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, any type of contract, and if it's a wallet, so I will show like I have a wallet address also.
Yeah.
So if I paste, okay, I think this is not a wallet. Let me check. I have another address. Yeah, so it automatically
Mhm.
detected it's a wallet, and I can add wallet.
Got you.
So I have added one contact and one wallet. You can see, and both are unnamed under my 2LD. But
Yeah.
this is my wallet, and if you see, this is named, and it is showing
Yeah.
on your data as the name.
Yeah.
Now, what I will do is go to name management, And here I already have like two subnames. So I
Mm-hmm.
want to create one more subname, maybe
Yeah.
name it like test3. And if you see, okay, so I have staged this subname.
Yeah.
Now what I want to do is I want to add an address, and
Mm-hmm.
let's say it's a base address, right? And
Yeah.
I've already my wallet attached. So I want to link my base wallet to this subname. And I also want to say name um, base wallet. And let's say I have a description. This is my Enscribe base wallet, right? So these are three changes which I want to
Yeah.
stage. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
just click on stage. And once this is done, I will just review all the changes. So right now I have like a new subname creation, and
Yeah.
then I have three changes in my metadata.
Yeah.
So since this is not Inscribe manager mode, this is my
Mm-hmm.
self-managed mode. So once I click confirm and execute,
Yeah.
I will see this pop up where I need to sign all the transactions. So let's
Mm-hmm.
start signing.
Okay. So
So
this is the
in the
stage where you get the your wallet pop up in order to approve
yeah,
the.
yeah.
Okay.
So my wallet is popping up. You might not be able to see the wallet transaction, but
Sure.
yeah, I am signing
Oh,
it behind the scene. And if you see, first transaction is confirmed, and second is also pending.
yeah.
Yeah, if you see, both transactions went through, and now I can now it will take me to the activity tab, and here I
Yeah.
can see in the completed, I see both the transactions. So if I
Mm.
click on transaction ID, so here yeah, this was successful 29 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So the subname was created, and then another one was metadata change. So if I click on here, and I can see, okay, the metadata was like the address was set, and
Mm.
name
Yeah.
was set, and description was set. So I can
Cool.
see everything in here. So
Okay.
this is, yeah, so this is how the self-managed works, manager mode works. And also for every namespace we have a namespace setting.
Mm-hmm.
So in this, as Abhi mentioned, we have like general where we can see all the details about this namespace. Like this is
Yeah.
the name hash, this is the chain ID, and this is my 2LD. And then I
Yeah.
can check the self manager mode, right? Currently
Mm-hmm.
I'm in, and then this is my manager address. And then the main thing is API keys. So for
Yeah.
each namespace, we have like API keys, which
Mm.
is for that namespace. So what I mean is, suppose I have a namespace own your data, right? And
Yeah.
I want to create API keys for own your data. Then you need to do it from namespace setting under API keys. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever I create let's suppose I say agent key, right?
Yeah.
And key for API key for agent. Let's say API key for agents. So let's suppose I have an AI agent which creates subnames for me. So I will
Mm.
create a new API key, and
Yeah.
then I will give some access. So I just want to give like subname creation, and I don't want to give like like deleting my subname or recording, right, like changing metadata. I just want to give subname creation. So what I
Okay.
will do, I will just click on subname creation, and then I will say create a key. Now once this is done, I will just copy this secret, and I can paste it in my CLI. So I
Yeah.
have already copied it, and you can see the key here. So this is
Yeah.
a agent key, API key for agents, and this, the namespace it belongs to is on your data. So using this, you can't change or create a subname under another namespace. So suppose I have another namespace that is nick.eth, right? I
Yeah.
won't be able to make any changes there. So basically, you are
Okay.
isolating, yeah, using these API keys options
So kind of like scoping the API keys only for that particular
for
namespace.
namespace. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And
So this way you
now,
can, probably create users for that namespace and then assign them those API keys. Or you have different set of users for different namespaces and make sure that, the API key for one user doesn't accidentally modify data belonging to a different namespace. Is that the
Yeah,
idea here?
exactly, exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And now suppose you want a API key which
Mm.
is able to change make changes in every namespace, right? So
Yeah.
if you have an admin who can change in on your data, and also who can change in maybe another namespace like nick.eth.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, you can create you can go to org management, and here also you will find an API key option. So this will basically give you access to make changes to all your namespaces. So
Mm.
I will say universal yeah, universal key admin API keys, right? And
Yeah.
I want to give it all the access, and I will say create key.
Okay.
And similarly, you will see the secret. I will just
Yeah.
copy it, and I will say done. So if you see right in the options in the section, right, so we have an agent key which is particularly for this namespace on your data, and
Yeah.
then we have an universal key which is org wide. So using this
Okay.
key, I can make any changes in any namespace,
In any
right?
namespace. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
And you can also revoke your namespace if you revoke your keys from here, and since
Okay.
like this you can revoke it anytime. So if
Okay.
there's an agent and your API keys got leaked somehow, then you can easily revoke those keys from here.
Or perhaps the API key was created for an employee belonging to your organization who's just quit, and now you want to, revoke their access so that you know they don't
Yeah,
they don't do anything with your name,
yeah,
subname, or metadata.
exactly. And then in org management, you have one more option of org details, where
Yeah.
basically you can see the organization name,
Mm.
the organization ID, and these. So this is useful when you are dealing with API keys. So I will just give you a short, um uh, not a demo, but yeah, like how you can manage your API keys and how you can make some changes.
So,
So is my screen visible?
yes, it is.
Okay, so I think I have yeah. So uh, we have the skills released. So this is the skill.md file which you can
Mm-hmm.
find in our Enscribe CLI repo. So we will
Yeah.
attach. You can just go to our Enscribe GitHub, and I think you can find this. So if I go to Enscribe, so in the repositories, if you go to Enscribe CLI,
Directly. Okay.
you can find the skill.md file. So once you have the skill.md file, you can create an AI agent and just attach, install this skill.md, and then you can and then you need to create an environment file where you need to give the API key which I copied as you
Yeah.
saw in the previous screen, and then you need to give the organization ID. So if I go here and show you where you can find the organization ID, is we have org management, and here you can see the organization ID. So here
Yeah.
you can get the organization ID. Once you have these two organization and API key, you can um, add the skill to your AI agent, and then ask something like create a subname under like my org in Sepolia, right? And then it will
Mm.
create a subname for you
Okay.
like this.
Understood.
And you can also like ask like list all the subnames, so it will
Yeah.
list all the subnames under your org. So like this you can play with your API keys, and you can give
Wow.
it to AI agents.
Okay, great. So this means you don't necessarily have to log in, open your browser and go to dashboard.enscribe.xyz, log in, and then click buttons, enter names, etc. You can just ask your AI agent, uh, which is the case nowadays, to just do it on your behalf. Just tell them what the API key is and what the organization ID is, and then kick off these operations.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And once the subname is created, you can see created successfully on Sepolia, and these are the transaction hash. It will give you a transaction hash, and then you can go and check it.
Okay. Understand.
Okay, so this is one thing regarding the org management, and I've already shown um, the self-managed manager mode,
Yeah.
and I'll just quickly go through through my safe wallet,
Okay.
safe account, and
Yeah.
just show like how it works. So yeah, so how Enscribe works with safe environment. So let me just share again, and yeah, is that screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so yeah, so I have like three safe detected. Let me connect my wallet. So this is my MetaMask wallet. So I will just confirm the correction. Uh, just give me a second. I should not get an option to create a namespace because I already have one. Yeah, so if you see, we have the Nick Sipulia safe in here.
Mm.
So I will just go to my one second. Yeah, I will just open this and I will connect my MetaMask, and I think this is the Sipulia account. Yeah, so I've clicked on my Sipulia account. So
Mhm.
what I will do is go to apps, and then I can add a custom app. So
Yeah.
I just need to give the safe app URL, so I can copy it from here, dashboard.inscribe. I will give this. So it automatically detects it's an inscribe, and then I can add it. So since I have already added this, so you can see
Mm.
this safe app is already registered. So
Already.
once you have added this in your safe environment, then you can open it up. Oh, okay, not this one. I have two safe apps, so let me go to the other one. So this one, open safe app. So yeah, in this you can see sign with Describe, and here you can do the same thing. So I'm not sure if which email ID I used. Okay, I don't have access because it was my temporary email ID. But yeah, you
Okay.
got my point, right? Basically, you
Yep.
can how this is you can import Inscribe app
Mm.
in your safe, and then you can do the
Mm.
same thing which I showed in here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just stop sharing.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll share my screen. Yes. So hopefully we've covered all the important uh, features that are offered by the new Enscribe app. Uh, and hopefully it's also clear why it was created in the first place. But just to sort of reiterate on this point about why this new Enscribe app exists, what the classic app did. The whole point of Enscribe was to just enable teams to be you know get maybe one step closer to the ENS ecosystem. And if you think about ENS right now, it's more centered towards individual users. If I have an Ethereum account, I want a user-friendly name. I get or I buy my 2ND and I can create subnames, etc. But really, the point of this new Inscribe app is to uh, basically have teams some sort of a say in all this, right? Where uh, what teams can do now is create top level domains for different dApps that we have, and enable them to, or enable these different teams to manage these different uh, dApps, which are nothing but namespaces. Would you agree with that, Michelle? Is that why
Exactly.
we created
And
Enscribe? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And also, just one more thing, like how we got the motivation, or uh, so when we were going through this smart contract naming season, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we worked with a lot of teams, and we saw
Yeah.
this friction, uh, which is very hard for teams and organization, large organization, to manage
Yeah.
their name, right? And
Yeah.
that's why we created a platform where the orgs can onboard their team members and easily
Yeah.
manage their ENS name, and they
Right.
don't need to think about signing transactions or anything. They just, so it's like an anti layer
Hmm.
for all of the on-chain activities, you can say.
Okay. So like, one place where you have dApps, you add them in the form of namespaces, you deploy contracts, right? You set names, and then you also set metadata for those contracts, or for those subnames. That's the
Yeah,
idea, right?
yeah,
Okay, great. So yeah, since we've mentioned contract naming season, and that's how we got the idea for the new, uh, you know, app for teams. Uh, we would like to inform or announce that the contract naming season is a wrap up now. It's over. We have distributed more than 7,000 tokens to the teams, so very well deserved. What you see here is just, like uh, top few names that are there on the list. So because that is what would fit the slide. But if you want to see, the complete list of all these awardees, you can head over to ensawards.org. By the way, I can do that quickly to uh, start ensawards.org.
I've pasted in the chat also the link. Yeah,
Okay.
in the
Uh,
main chat.
I'm check it.
So if you go down, there's all the awardees list. Yeah,
Oh yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so yeah, you've mentioned that we worked with a lot of organizations during the contract naming season, such as SSV. We've worked with Nouns. They've been a great team. We worked with Liquidity, Corp, Pivot, etc. Recently, meaning in the second half of the season, we worked with Superfluid, correct?
yeah,
As well as Scleros. And then, we also have these. Some of these are like individual developers, and we see, yeah, we've awarded a lot of ENS tokens. So yeah, total is 7,000, over 7,000 tokens. So that's a wrap, but that doesn't mean, you cannot name your contracts. You can obviously do that. Head over to our classic app, which is at app.inscribe.xyz. Yeah, please do name your contracts, because that is what the Ethereum ecosystem needs. We want to increase trust with contracts, and that is why you should name them. Uh, so what's next for Inscribe, Nishant? Yeah, at the beginning of the demonstration, we mentioned that at the moment we only support Sepolia. So this is largely attributed to the fact that we are testing. We want to test a lot of things. We want to make sure that the app is, foolproof and solid. It works very well. So we just have to flip a switch and enable mainnet. Correct. But, apart from this, do we need to build anything extra for the mainnet support, or just kind of flip the switch and enable mainnet?
Yeah, I think it's just yeah, we just need to enable the mainnet, and there's nothing as special.
I
But
see.
yeah, we released like we gone live with these
Yeah.
with the platform app this month
Mm.
only,
Yeah.
and just go sign up and just name your contacts because it's on Sepolia. If you want, you can, if you want any Sepolia ETH, you can ping in our Discord channel. We can provide
Yeah.
some testing ETH and just test it out. If you face any issue, you can just let us know, and we want to make the mainnet available as soon as possible.
Yeah. Correct. And yeah, if you remember, we showed what the different manager modes were, right? We said we support the Enscribe manager mode, so it is up to us to manage your two LDs. But again, we don't take ownership of your two LDs. We have you self-manage. So Nishal showed how you can use SIWE or sign in with Ethereum with your wallet, and then execute those transactions yourselves. You have full control. You don't have to transfer even the manager access to any wallet. Then he also showed how a safe wallet multisig is also supported with Inscribe. And then the fourth option, which we are yet to add to Inscribe, is the smart accounts or smart sessions. And with this, you should be able to have fine-grained control over your naming transactions. So you can just create a smart account, uh, fund it, give access to a granular level. What third party app that is signing on your behalf can and cannot do. And yeah, that's the idea behind a smart account. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nishan.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, the ENS V2 support, that is also something big. Do you want to probably shed some light on it?
Yeah, so ENS V2 is still in testing by the
Yeah.
ENS labs. So
Yeah.
once that is available, we'll be just need to make some testing on ENS V2 contracts, and we will just
Mm.
switch to ENS V2 as soon as ENS lab releases it live on mainnet. So that's our in our roadmap. And then yeah, DNS sec import.
Mm.
So that is, we already have that, but we are um, making you go to the ENS site, but instead we will just or let you import it via our platform only. That is another
Okay.
thing in our yeah,
So,
roadmap.
so if you could, just kind of summarize what this DNSSEC import is, that will be very, very helpful to our viewers.
Yeah. So, if you don't know, suppose I have a name like DNS, that is nischal.com, right? And
That's
I
the
want to
website.
use this. Yeah, that's my website, and I want to use this as my wallet address also, right? And I want to use this on chain. Then what
Yeah.
I can do is, using DNSSEC, I can import my nischal.com and make
Yeah.
it um, you can say a NFT, make it
Mm-hmm.
a ENS name. We can mint a ENS name for nischal.com. And then my nischal.com is available as an ENS name. Then maybe I can set a wallet address for nischal.com, and maybe I can create subnames. I can attach metadata. So this is useful for organization, for companies. Suppose if you're netflix.com, right?
Yeah.
And your netflix.eth is taken, right? And you
Okay.
still
Yeah.
want to have an original name, right? If you want to
Mm-hmm.
authenticate the name, so you can
Mm-hmm.
import your DNS name on ENS. Then you will have netflix.com and as a ENS name, right?
Okay.
And this can also help if you want to verify. So suppose if I have nischal.eth, and how will
Yeah.
I say this nischal.eth does belong to me, right? So
Yeah,
if
correct.
I have
Security
nischal.com
problem.
and I,
Yeah.
yeah, if I have nischal.com and I link my wallet to
Mm.
the same wallet of nischal.eth, then I can say, yeah, these two accounts are managed by me. So that means this nischal.eth is indeed my ENS name. So I can prove ownership of this. So
Okay.
it's
So,
like
mhm,
connecting Web 2 with Web 3.
I see. And then, is it important for you, the owner of Nishal.com, to host your site on a provider such as Cloudflare, to actually support DNSSEC before you link your Web3 and Web2 identities?
Yes, yes. That should support, yeah, DNSSEC.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Yeah, and then moving on to custom roles and permissions. What are we actually doing with this?
So, custom roles and permissions. So, suppose you have a team member, right, and you
Yeah.
want to give a role to him. Like
Hmm.
the team member is just viewer, so he can
Okay.
only view the records and he can't change
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So you can basically assign roles and permissions to your team
Yeah.
members.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so just s- kind of managing the granularity of permissions, where one user can only work as read-only user. They cannot create names, and
Mhm.
the other sets can have permissions only related to a namespace. Something that we talked about earlier when discussing the keys.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm, okay. And then X402 payments. This is interesting. X402 payments is basically um, when you want to do microtransactions, correct? If you think about uh, payments you make, when you're buying something online, uh, right? But you usually spend couple of tens or even hundreds of dollars, right? But I don't think you can spend couple of cents, and that is what X402 allows you to do, right?
Yeah, it's
Especially when it comes to
basically,
Web3 transactions.
yeah. So basically, if you see, it's like a permission. So if there's
Yeah,
an API which
yeah,
is gated
yeah,
against a API key, right? And
yeah,
you don't have an API key and you want to
mm,
access that API, right?
yeah,
So via X402, you can make a payment and you can access that API basically. So how
mm,
this has a role in Enscribe? Suppose as you see, you have API keys, right? For
yeah,
you can create an API key to make changes, subname, and all those
mm,
stuff. Now suppose you have an AI agent, right? And
yeah,
this AI agent handles all your ENS name. So via
yeah,
X402, even if you don't have an API key, even if you haven't created a organization,
mm-hmm,
this AI agent can still use our Enscribe dashboard, Enscribe platform by making a X402 payment and using our APIs. So this will enable basically a lot of AI agents and these tools to use our
mm.
platform easily.
Okay, great. So they don't get struck by non-availability of an API key. They can just fire off an API request. Obviously, they need to pay, but X402 is what enables these automated clients to basically make those calls, such as
Yeah,
agents.
yeah,
Okay, good. Uh, so, so yes, please head over to dashboard.enscribe.xyz. That is where the new Enscribe app resides for teams. Sign up, create organizations, onboard namespaces, create subnames, manage your metadata, records, uh, and also create API keys for users. I think we'll talk more about how you can use an API key. You've already shown how to where that repository is, how you can use the API keys to basically tell your agent uh, to create subnames and manage metadata. But I think we'll look at this in more depth, probably with a demo. But yeah, that will be for the next call, next community call. And yeah, if you want to read documentation about whatever we have demoed, so be it how do you create an organization, how do you onboard a namespace, how do you manage your organization, you can see all that by going to www.enscribe.xyz/docs. So yes, questions and answers. Do we have anyone in the audience for questions and answers?
And you can ask your questions in our Discord channel also, and we have a
Yeah.
Telegram channel. You can join there and ask your questions. And if you have anything, you can write in chat here. And yeah, I think thank you, Abhi. And thank you everyone for joining this call.
Thanks, Michelle. Yeah. We're looking
Maybe
forward to the next community call.
thank you everyone.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.